What's up guys, not Super Mario here and welcome to today's video where I will rank DC movies in a tier list fashion like I did for MCU movies. And I'm not just doing DC EU or DC Universe or however their universe is called, but I'm doing DC movies from 1978 when the first Superman, if I remember correctly, maybe I don't, came out. I know there are some movies, DC movies, that came out before the first Superman, Christopher Reeve's Superman, but I certainly haven't seen them, so why would I even put them on this list if I cannot list them or rank them? And I was like, I had to do a DC movie tier list because I've done MCU. I love DC movies as well, even though I love DC comics more. If you ask me, if you would ask me, I would say DC comics much better than Marvel comics. MCU movies better than DC movies in general because they're more consistent in quality, at least in my opinion. But let's stop talking and start ranking DC movies. So Batman Begins is the first movie that I have to rank. This is the first entry into Batman trilogy from one and only genius himself, Christopher Nolan. I love this movie. It's not the best in the trilogy, of course, you probably know which one it is, but I will give this movie, I think it's really, really good. Christian Bale as Batman was perfect. We got Cillian Murphy in this movie. Well, yeah, I think it is, for a little bit. Liam Neeson as Ra's al Ghul, Jim Gordon, what's the actor's name that plays Jim Gordon in this movie? Oh, he was in Harry Potter, how the heck, Gary Oldman. Batman Begins, it's an A. It's an A, easy. This movie is, I think, in my opinion, not appreciated enough in the trilogy because Dark Knight is so good, but Batman Begins deserves an A spot. Next one is Justice League. This movie had so many problems and it shows a lot. There are some redeeming factors, I think. I really like the Flash in it. And I think that's kind of it. Yeah, Wonder Woman is fantastic, always Gal Gadot. But I felt like people were not even interested to be in this movie. Zack Snyder left in the middle, then they brought, of course, Joss Whedon, who changed quite a bit of stuff. Zack Snyder released the Snyder Cut. I don't know how better movie would be if Zack Snyder would finish the movie, but we will probably never know. This one was a stinker. It's one of the worst beginnings ever. I mean, the mustache thingy, Henry Cavill stuff, it looked so freaking bad. And the whole movie, it was all over the place. This combobulated Steppenwolf as villain was CGI mistake in my opinion. Wasn't threatening. It's really hard. I said it has a lot of redeeming qualities. It doesn't. Flash is kind of his introduction I really liked in this movie. But this movie, it's an E. It's not an F. It's really hard to rewatch this movie, but it's just not good. The Thing, the 1982 Thing, I think somewhere around there it came out. I haven't seen this movie, so this movie goes off the list. I'm not gonna give it an F or an S because I haven't seen it. This is one of those DC movies that I've never seen. It's a classic. I know a lot of people are really like this movie because it's a classic. It's really old and all those stuff. I have zero knowledge on The Thing in general. I haven't seen The Thing DC show that came out last year for a season, and then they've got some problems with that as well, so it goes off the list. Easy choice. Batman v Superman, the first entry in the DC EU universe. I have to say, I'll be honest, I was very excited for this movie, and when I came out of the theater, I was very disappointed with this movie. Why? Because it was all over the place. Henry Cavill as Superman is in there because he's in the title. Doesn't have much to do, in my opinion. Yes, he saves everybody at the end and dies, of course, spoiler alert, but not for me. Too many characters. Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor wasn't my thing. It was probably nobody's thing. The biggest redeeming quality of this movie, in my opinion, is Ben Affleck as Batman. I think he is awesome, and I'm so sad we didn't get to see his Batman movie or his solo Batman movie. I don't care if he directs it or whatever, but I would really want to see him in a solo Batman movie. But I like this movie more than most people do. Yes, Ultimate Edition, in my opinion, it solves quite a few problems. That 30 minutes part, I think it saves it a bit. But even though I was disappointed, it has probably the best Batman scene ever. That warehouse fighting scene, it's incredible. It's hands down probably the best Batman scene ever made. And for that reason, even though I was disappointed, but Ultimate Edition saved the movie a bit. Superman is kind of in it because he has to be in it. Too many characters, trying to do too much in a 2 hour and a half movies, even though the longer edition is 3 hours. I'm going to give it a C. This is probably the most controversial opinion in the DC movies that I'm gonna have today, but yeah, I'm gonna give it a C. I think it has quite a bit redeemable qualities, and Batman, in my opinion, is phenomenal. The gritty, dark, killing Batman, I liked it. Still, goddamn, this movie exists, unfortunately. This is a movie, I think in 1998 it came out, when it wasn't as popular as it is now that athletes become actors, and Shaq made 2 movies, Steel and Kazam, that I've seen. If he made any other movies, let me know in the comments down below. Yeah, but this is a shit show. This is horrible, and I don't remember a lot about it, but I've seen it. It's bad. It's just bad. It goes into F. It deserves that spot. If there was a G, I would put it a G. I won't put it off the screen because I've seen the movie, but yeah, this is a bad movie for sure. Constantine. Damn, I forgot about this movie. I've seen it. I definitely seen it. But yeah, I think Keanu Reeves was perfect casting. I wouldn't mind Constantine back as Keanu Reeves. That would be awesome to see. But I don't remember a lot about this movie. For that reason, this is hard. Because it's hard to rank it if you don't remember a lot about it. I think for sure it's better than Justice League. But I don't want to upset anybody because I don't remember pretty much anything about this movie. So you know what? I'm gonna off the list. I'm sorry. I've seen it. I don't remember anything about it because I've seen it probably once. So off the screen. I'm sorry. Batman Returns, a classic from, well, I don't really remember when, in the 90s, of course. I think the best part of this is Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. I think it's amazing. She is amazing. Of course, we all remember Danny DeVito as Penguin, literally Penguin. I like this movie, but again, it's kind of like I would compare it to Batman v Superman. It has quite a lot of redeemable stuff in it, but I was never a fan of Michael Keaton as Batman. Michelle Pfeiffer kills the role. I think she's phenomenal in it. So yeah, it goes next to Batman v Superman. I'm sure most people won't agree with me, but it's been a while since I've seen the Michael Keaton Batmans. So yeah, for that reason, goes in C. It's a good movie. It's not the best movie. It has redeemable qualities, but yeah, it goes in C. Aquaman, the most successful DCEU movie, if I'm correct. I think it's the only one so far that made over $1 billion. The first time I saw it, I was blown away because of the visuals. This movie was bonkers, crazy, bright, colorful, and I love Jason Momoa as Aquaman. I think it's phenomenal casting. But when I rewatched the movie at home, I've seen there's problems. It's more a visual spectacle than the story-based movie. I think it has great characters that could be developed more, and I hope they will be in the future movies, because you've got great casting. I mean, you've got Jason Momoa, you've got Nicole Kidman, Dolph Lundgren, Volko as Willem Dafoe. You've got Patrick Wilson, who is very funny in this movie, not intentionally, but he's screaming. Yeah. Let's not give any more screaming to Patrick Wilson because it sounds weird. But yeah, it's a visual spectacle. Would I give it more than a C? Probably not. If I would do this ranking immediately after I saw this movie, it would be a B for sure because I loved it so much. But with rewatching, it's a very rewatchable movie because it's so bright and visually stunning, and it's happening. A lot of stuff is happening. But when you go deep into it and try to understand what were they trying to do, it's a C. It's a good movie. It's a rewatchable movie, but it's not any better than a C. Watchmen the movie. I was really late for this movie. I've seen it a couple of years ago, not when it came out in 2009. And I think this movie is another movie that it's not appreciated enough. I think Zack Snyder did something that nobody before him done in a way that he did. It's very stylish. It is very interesting and unique, and I love when a movie is unique and doesn't feel like any other movie. And I don't even think, is this actually a DC movie? This isn't a side like brand or something? Tell me in the comments down below. You probably know more about Watchmen than I do. I recently rewatched it. It's not very rewatchable movie. First of all, it's long. It's very stylish, very unique. But I liked it for it. The freaking show was amazing. Damon Lindelof did an amazing job. I'm so sad that we're going to get only one season, and probably that's it for it. But yeah, I like Watchmen a lot. Not very rewatchable, but because of the unique style, I'm gonna give it a B. Yes, I'm gonna give it a B. I like this movie a lot. So it goes into B. It's not A level, but it deserves a B spot. I think it's a really good movie. Shazam, in my opinion, the most, let's say, the most consistent movie throughout, from the beginning till the end, even though Mark Strong as Dr. Sivana was kind of useless and boring, but this movie has the best story in the DCEU universe, if they call it that, I don't know. I like Zachary Levi as Shazam. I like Ash Angel, something like that. The young Billy Batson. I like Dylan Grazer in it. I think David F. Sandberg did an amazing job with directing this movie. I cannot wait to see a second one. I like this movie a lot. It surprised me because I didn't know a lot about Shazam before seeing this movie. But I think this is the most consistent DCEU movie from the beginning till the end. It has an arc that goes from somewhere to somewhere. Yes, the villain part is kind of weak and all seven sins. But again, yes, I'm gonna give it a B. It's a really well-made movie, funny, bright, action-packed. It has everything. It's a really good movie, and I would recommend it to everybody who wants to see a superhero movie and want to have fun. It's a really good movie. So it goes into B, next to Watchmen. Superman 3, the third one in Christopher Reeve's franchise. I will be honest, completely honest, I've seen only the first two. So for that reason, Superman 3, I have zero knowledge on it, and I'm sorry, but you're going off the list. Birds of Prey, the last movie in the DC movie universe, the last entry. This movie frustrates me a lot. I was very excited for it. I was hoping I would like it. I didn't. It felt like a big experiment that didn't make any sense. It has no story, in my opinion. This movie has zero story. You've got such great characters in it, like Harley Quinn, Huntress, Black Canary, Black Mask, Victor Zsasz. I was so blown away by Ewan McGregor's portrayal of Black Mask, and what they did at the end with him, it's awful. I think it deserves so much more. Victor Zsasz, I mean, if you're going with R-rated, this movie shouldn't be R-rated. Why it didn't really flop, but it didn't make a lot of money because it was R-rated and a lot of people couldn't see it because they are not old enough. This movie shouldn't be R-rated because everything that was R-rated in the movie was kind of like, I mean, if it wasn't R-rated, I would see it anyway, and it wouldn't make a change at all. R-rating didn't change the movie. I was so frustrated with this movie. I don't like it at all. Is it better than Justice League? Unfortunately, I would say not. It goes in the same bracket. I rewatched it recently because it came out on VOD quite soon because of the situation we are in now. But I don't like this movie. I wish I did, but I don't. I think it is better than Justice League, but there are movies that are gonna be in D bracket. You know what? It goes in D. I'm sorry, I changed it the last second. It has redeemable qualities. But I just don't like this movie. The famous Batman and... No, not Batman and Robin. It's not Batman and Robin time yet. Batman Forever. We've got Two-Face in it. We've got the Riddler. Nicole Kidman is in it. We've got Robin. This movie is not very good. It's better than Batman and Robin, that's for sure. Val Kilmer as the Batman. He had only one chance to be Batman, then he was done with it. Yeah, it's over the top. It's very 90s. I don't know, these Batman movies are not my thing. They really aren't, because they're too over the top. But that was the style in the 90s and 80s. But yeah, this movie, it goes in the same bracket as Birds of Prey. I don't remember a lot about it. I don't know if it has any redeemable qualities. Val Kilmer as Batman wasn't my thing at all. So for that reason, it goes next to Birds of Prey. Wonder Woman, almost a perfect movie. The last third almost destroyed this movie. I thought this movie was incredible till the last scene, not the last scene, the last part, the last third. The way what they did with Steve Trevor and Wonder Woman at the end was really moving and all, but the last fight was so bad, and it almost destroyed an amazing movie. I think this movie is incredible, but the third part kind of ruins it. I wish they went in a different direction, because everything they did till the end was something that we've never seen before. We've got Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman kicking ass. I mean, that scene when she's just going on the field, it's amazing. I love this movie until the last part. So for that reason, this movie would be an S, in my opinion, in the best category. But for because of the last third, it goes next to Shazam and Watchmen. Sorry, Wonder Woman. I think the next one is gonna be better, because I think Patty Jenkins learned a lot and saw that what they did with the last part and the ending didn't work for pretty much nobody. And I think it's gonna be better. But yeah, Wonder Woman, really good movie, but it goes in B. Joker, the best Joker we've got so far. Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix. I cannot compare these two. I mean, they are both phenomenal. This movie is my favorite movie of 2019. I love this movie. What Joaquin Phoenix did was incredible. What Todd Phillips did as the director was phenomenal. I love this movie to pieces. Every single thing about this movie, in my opinion, is a masterpiece. People say it's not rewatchable. Yes, it's a hard topic, hard movie to watch, because you see this descent of a person that you kind of feel for at the beginning, but then he goes into madness and you're like, damn, this is a crazy guy. This guy has to go into jail or in some kind of a psychiatry or whatever. But this movie is awesome, and for that reason is the first DC movie that goes into S part, because it's, or S tier, however you want to call it, because it's amazing. Superman Returns, a movie that they were trying to do a universe in 2006, I think this movie came out, but you can correct me in the comments down. Brandon Routh was almost he was almost the guy who got his fame from this one, but he got it, but for wrong reasons. This movie is far from perfect. It's far from good. It's kind of boring. And when you've got Superman and it's boring, even though, yeah, I will say Superman is not my favorite DC character, because he is boring. I mean, he's OP. Yeah, he has humanity and all of that. I understand that. But I could never relate to Superman. Not because of his abilities, but he is too good of a guy, and it's not the best character for me to look up to, even though I should, but you know what I mean. I cannot relate to Superman. I know people can, and they say Superman is the best. I don't think so. This movie is, yeah, it's problematic, and I will give it a D. It goes next to Batman Forever and Birds of Prey. Dark Knight, the best Batman movie ever, in my opinion, so far. What will Matt Reeves do with Robert Pattinson? I cannot wait to see. But this is the best in the trilogy, in Christopher Nolan trilogy. It has Joker, Heath Ledger, who got an Oscar, like Joaquin Phoenix did. Yes, post his death, that was really unfortunate what happened with Heath Ledger, but this performance is even better than Batman himself, even though Christian Bale is amazing Batman, and I love this movie very, very much. It's another one that goes into S because it's so damn awesome. Green Lantern, Ryan Reynolds, he tried. Mark Strong as Sinestro, if I remember correctly, another Mark Strong character, Bat villain character that didn't work like in Shazam, but this is not the biggest problem of this movie. It's the Green Lantern suits and all the CGI, and yeah, Blake Lively's in it, and that's the best part of it, that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds end up together because they're a power couple that everybody wants, and Blake Lively is beautiful as hell, Ryan Reynolds as well. You've got Taika Waititi is in this movie. If you don't know, look it up. Taika Waititi is in this movie, but yeah, this is a garbage fest from the beginning. Angela Bassett plays Viola Davis. Not Viola Davis. Oh my gosh. What's the character also from Suicide Squad that Viola Davis plays? You can tell me in the comments down below. I like that. That she plays that character. I don't. Amanda Waller. She plays Amanda Waller. But yeah, Green Lantern is a garbage fest. It goes into E. It's better than Steel. I mean, you cannot be worse than Steel. So it goes in E next to Justice League because it's bad. Jonah Hex, Josh Brolin. I mean, he played a lot of superheroes or superhero characters. Never seen this movie. I never seen this movie. Jonah Hex. He played Thanos. He played Cable. He played Jonah Hex. He probably played or will play some other superhero characters. I know what is her name from Transformers in Zenith. Meg. I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, Jonah Hex, not the best movie. As I heard, but yeah, because I haven't seen it, it goes off the list. The first Batman, or the first Michael Keaton Batman, or the first modern Batman, let's say, even though it's from 1989, I think, 89, I think, I think so. It's a classic. I like it a lot. Jack Nicholson as Joker, really good. Yes, over the top, different type of Joker. But I like this movie. It's a classic, but because it's from 1989, for me, it doesn't hold up as much as other movies do, but it's a classic, a really good movie. It doesn't go into A, but it goes into B next to Wonder Woman. I think it's a very good movie. Without this movie, we wouldn't have Batmans like Ben Affleck's Batmans, or Christian Bale's Batman, or Robert Pattinson. This is why superhero movies become so popular. One of the reasons is this Batman, in my opinion, because it's a good movie. Superman 1, the first from 1978, I think. John Williams score, unique, iconic, incredible. Christopher Reeve, this is an iconic movie. Does it hold up? No, it doesn't, because it's from 1978, and it's really hard to say that it does. But it's iconic, and it's a really good movie for its time. I think what they did at the time was phenomenal. It's a classic that everybody should watch, not just superhero fans, but everybody who loves cinema, movies, theater, whatever. This is a really good movie. But it goes in B. It doesn't go in A because, in my opinion, it doesn't hold up. You cannot say that this movie is like amazing now for this time, because there's so much stuff that changed from 1978 to 2020. But it's iconic. It's everything that you want from a superhero movie, from Superman, and it's really good. It goes next to classic Batman because it deserves a B tier. Batman and Robin, Ice to Meet You, Arnold, Uma Thurman, George Clooney's nipples. Yes, this movie. This is probably a movie that I'm gonna give an F. This movie should came out today because it would be such a meme. Everything about this movie is a meme, but because it came out in the 90s, you kind of understand why it happened. Even though it's not an excuse that this movie should have happened. Yeah, you cannot watch this movie even for the gigs and for the giggles and laughs, because it's just so freaking bad. It's an F. It goes next to Steel. You cannot take this movie seriously. It's so punny. You've got, I think Bane is in it. It looks The Bane looks so weird. Poison Ivy. I mean, everything about this movie is ridiculous. So it goes next to Steel because it doesn't. Green Lantern is better than Batman and Robin. I'm sorry. Another stinker, Catwoman from 2004, if I remember correctly. I think it was 2004. I remember seeing this movie in the cinema. If it came out in 2004, this means I was 9 years old when I saw this movie. I was really excited. I mean, Halle Berry, come on, who wouldn't be excited for Halle Berry in a costume like that? But this movie, even then, I knew I watched a shit show. This was so freaking horrible. The whole cream thing and I mean, it was ridiculous. And if you watch this movie now, it's another Batman and Robin situation. You cannot take it seriously. You just go and say, this is garbage. This deserves to be in a stink pot and burn it and don't even mention it. So it goes into F. It's so freaking bad. It's hard to even say it's a movie. Next one is another stinker. I mean, DC has quite a bit of stinkers. Suicide Squad, it has some redeemable qualities, I can say. Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Jai Courtney was good in the movie. That's a big surprise as Boomerang. Everything else about this movie, I mean, go and watch the first trailer for this movie. It's a better movie than the movie itself was. I mean, the first trailer for Suicide Squad, it's gritty, it's dark, it shows all the characters, it's menacing, it's scary. I mean, but the movie at the end, Jesus Christ, this was an abomination in my opinion. I didn't mind Jared Leto as the Joker. He was less in the movie than he was in the trailers. But the whole Enchantress part at the end, she was like dancing and summoning her brothers or whatever she was doing. Cara Delevingne, yeah, that was a bad movie. Jesus Christ. I don't know. I'm carefully excited for the new Suicide Squad, even though James Gunn is directing, and I have a lot of faith in him that he's gonna do a much better job than David Ayer did, because this movie was, it was trash, and it goes in a trash pile. It's better than Catwoman, I will say that, and Batman and Robin and Steel, but it's no better than Green Lantern. Superman 4. Like I said, I've seen only the first two Supermans, and like I said, even I don't remember the second one. So this is the fourth one, Galaxy Quest. I have zero knowledge on it. I never seen it. Christopher Reeve is in it, so I have some knowledge, but it goes off the list. Dark Knight Rises. Apparently the worst part of the Christopher Nolan's trilogy, Batman's trilogy, of course. I don't know why people bash on this movie as much as they do. Because I liked it. I like Tom Hardy as Bane. This one is quite long, I will say that. And it has a few stuff that I would get rid of. But I like Anne Hathaway as Catwoman. Of course, Christian Bale again is awesome. I like Jim Gordon in it. I like this. I like this movie. Is it the worst in the trilogy? Yes, I will agree with that. But it's not bad. It's good still. It's Christopher Nolan, come on. So for that reason it goes into B. It's easy decision. It's not the best in the trilogy. It's the worst, but it's still awesome. And the last movie in the DC tier list ranking thing that I'm doing right now is Zack Snyder's Man of Steel with Henry Cavill. I will be honest, I've seen this movie probably once. But I liked it. I think Henry Cavill is an awesome Superman. But like I said, I was never a big fan of Superman. I find his character boring. Maybe it's movie's fault that I find him boring. But even if I've read quite a few comics, I don't know. I always preferred all the other characters in the Superman lore than Superman himself. But I like this movie. I like it quite a bit. Is it the B or is it the C? If I look at DCEU, I put Aquaman and Shazam, Wonder Woman. Man of Steel doesn't get enough love, in my opinion. So I like this movie, and I would give it a B. B, C. It's a BC. It's a BC. It's in between. I'm sorry, I cannot decide. It is a bit better than Aquaman and Batman v Superman, but at points it's not. It's hard. It's something in between. So yeah, this is my tier list ranking of DC movies since 1978 when the first Superman came out, if it came out then. Please tell me. Please correct me if I'm wrong, of course. But yeah, this is, of course, a subjective thing. You're not going to agree with me for sure, especially probably on Aquaman and Batman v Superman, I would say. But yeah, the best movies out here, of course, Dark Knight and Joker, in my opinion. And the worst ones, Steel, Batman, Robin, and Catwoman, just garbage. But yeah, this was my ranking of the DC movies. Did you like this video? Did you not? Did you like my ranking? If you didn't, share it down in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, hit that subscribe button, share this video all over the place, click the bell icon to get notified when I upload. And I see you next time.